The Skytech Chronos gaming PC, and I've really enjoyed utilizing this. It's an awesome gaming rig, and there's so many things that stand out about this. The first thing that I want to talk about here is the build quality. From the moment that I took the Skytech gaming rig out of the box, I could definitely tell that the guys over at Skytech are super detail oriented when it comes to a build, and they're totally focused on quality. So I looked it over, and I've seen some videos out there where things were kind of pointed out. And then I've also seen these guys build these live from their own YouTube channel. So I know that they put a lot of dedication and focus into the overall appearance of the final build. And they definitely did the same thing with my PC setup as well. So there's a few reasons why you might want to go with a pre-built PC from somebody like Skytech. The first reason is because you're just not technically inclined. You love to play the video games, but you don't want to take the time to learn how to build your own gaming PC. Building a gaming PC can be time consuming. First of all, you've got to round up all the parts. You have to make sure all of those parts are compatible with one another. If you're building it yourself, you have to research all of that compatibility yourself and just hope that when you get the materials and build it, everything works together. Well, Skytech, they're professionals. They've been doing this for years. They know exactly how to build an optimized gaming PC that's gonna give you the best bang for your buck and performance. So I actually took all the parts from within this specific PC, and I priced them out at various box stores and retailers just to see what it would cost to build this specific PC. I only would have saved about $100 to $150, and I think it's well worth it to allow a professional to build the PC for me in their own time. And then also, not only are you getting that, they're backing up their product. Skytech Gaming actually has next level customer support. They have a 1-800 number that you can just call and get in touch with somebody. I actually tested this out unbeknownst to them. They didn't know I was calling. I called. I actually only held for about 4 minutes. And then when somebody answered, the guy was super professional. I made up a scenario of something that was going on with the PC. He didn't try to blame anyone else. He took ownership of the problem and walked me through the solution until the problem was fixed. So definitely a great experience there with the customer service end. I've also tested their customer support email, and they respond very quickly to that. All Skytech PCs are warranted for up to a year. That's parts and labor. The other thing that really stands out about this warranty is they replace parts with brand new components first. If the inventory allows, they will be giving you new components when repairing defective components. Now, that being said, how good is this gaming PC? So the one that they sent includes a 12400F Core i5 processor by Intel. This also came with an RTX 3060 graphics card, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, and a 500 gigabyte NVMe SSD for storage. This has all the I/O that you need right up front. You actually have your power button, you have an LED button to change the LEDs on the fans, which is great. You've got a headphone and microphone jack, a USB port, and 2 USB 3.0 ports right there on the front. Super easy to access those. On the back, you have an additional 2 USB ports and 2 USB 3.0 ports, 3 HDMI ports, 2 display ports, an Ethernet port, another microphone, and a speaker port back there as well. You also have the VGA and DVI display ports. I really did love the Chronos case design. I love that glass panel so I can really see all of those components in there. They're lit up with RGB and things like that. The fans, it includes 4 fans for great circulation. There's a vent up top for even more ventilation. Overall, this PC definitely performed when gaming. I was able to game at 1080p at ultra settings. Games like Red Dead Redemption 2 with ultimate settings, I was able to get 60 to 75 frames per second on average. I found that if I just bumped it down to high settings instead of ultra, I was still able to get in the 70s to 90s on my frames per second, which is really great. This averaged in the mid 70s for Apex Legends. I was definitely able to get in the 80s and 90s with peak performance over 100 frames per second. That's at 1080p at high settings. This rig also performed really good with Call of Duty Warzone. I was able to average about 90 to 110 frames per second at 1080p with high settings. This is really all you need if you're 1080p gaming like me. If you do happen to have a 4K monitor, this gaming rig is still going to be able to do some 4K gaming. So it is that powerful, but it is more than enough power for any 1080p gaming that you might throw at it. You should be able to play most games on the market at ultra settings at 1440p and still maintain 60 frames per second, which is pretty powerful. This is definitely a capable PC, and the value that you're getting, the bang for your buck value with the warranty, this thing's already pre-built and ready to go. It looks amazing, it performs well, and I definitely have to say, you're not going to be able to beat the value on the Skytech Chrono.